Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today is a beautiful Friday, and we have so much to unpack about our favorite messy fictional families. Grab a huge cup of coffee because we are diving deep into the absolute chaos that is going down in Los Angeles right now. So let's just get right into it because the fallout from this week is massive. I mean, honestly, I am still trying to process everything that happened over the last few episodes. And looking ahead to the Friday, July 24th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, it is clear that the writers are not letting us breathe for even a single second. We are picking up right in the thick of the disaster, the absolute disaster. Let's start with Will Spencer. Oh, Will. Poor, stupid, reckless Will. He is currently falling into a massive spiral of despair after trying to bury his pain in alcohol. And honestly, can you blame the guy? But also, yes, you can totally blame him. He made a massive mistake. He went to the bikini bar, he got into it with RJ Forrester, and he threw a punch. But he didn't hit RJ. No, RJ ducked like the smug little coward he is, and Will's fist connected right with Eric Forrester's face. Eric Forrester, the patriarch, the legend. And now Will is paying the ultimate price. Elektra saw the whole thing. She dumped him on the spot. She moved out, and now Will is just sitting alone in the dark beach house. He is drowning his sorrows in beer, just bottle after bottle. It is a classic soap opera downward spiral. Short punches, sad looks. He is just so lost right now. Will has always had this temper, this Spencer temper that Bill has always kind of enabled, but now it has cost him the woman he loves. Elektra is gone. She is fully gone, and she has aligned herself with RJ. So Will is sitting there, probably staring at the wall, thinking that alcohol is going to solve all of his problems. Spoiler alert, it never does. It never, ever does. But here is where things get really interesting. And a little bit creepy, if I am being totally honest. Melissa Dillon shows up. Dillon just suddenly becomes this emotional anchor for Will out of nowhere. Well, not exactly out of nowhere. We know Dillon has been hovering around Will for a while now. She had that weird hallucination a few weeks ago where she imagined seducing him, and she has been playing the supportive friend while secretly waiting for Elektra to get out of the picture. And now Elektra is out of the picture. So Dillon walks into this dark, depressing beach house and finds Will completely wasted. He is drunk, he is miserable, and he is insisting that he wants to be left alone. He keeps telling her to leave. But does she leave? Of course not. Dillon is not going to miss this opportunity. She is playing the savior. She wants to be the one to rescue the broken prince. And you know what? Maybe I am being too harsh on Dillon. I used to think she was just a shameless opportunist who was waiting to pounce on her friend's boyfriend. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. But now I am actually starting to think that Dillon might be a way better match for Will than Elektra ever was. Let's be real here. Elektra is a Forrester. She comes with all that Forrester baggage, all that judgment, all that high and mighty morality that Ridge constantly preaches. Elektra expects Will to be perfect, and the second he makes a mistake, she abandons him. But Dillon is messy. Dillon understands the darker side of things. She is not judging Will for getting drunk and being a disaster. She is sitting right there in the mess with him. She is trying to get him to open up. She wants to comfort him. So maybe I have completely changed my mind about her. Maybe Dillon is exactly the kind of girl Will needs right now. Someone who doesn't expect him to be a saint. But wait, there is a huge problem here. Will is drunk. He is very, very drunk. And Dillon is looking at him with literal hard eyes. If she makes a move on him while he is in this state, that is going to be incredibly messy. I am terrified that Will is going to do something he regrets. He might just lean into it because he is hurting so badly over Elektra. He might just sleep with Dylan because she is there and she is offering comfort, and if he does that, there is no going back. It will ruin any tiny, microscopic chance he has of ever winning Elektra back. Plus, what does this mean for Dylan's career? She is risking everything just to be Will's rebound girl. It is bad. It is really bad, but I also kind of can't look away. While Will is having his drunken pity party, his mother is out there fighting for her life. Katie Logan Spencer is in full-on crisis mode, and honestly, my heart breaks for Katie. She is trying so hard to fix a situation that is completely out of her control. The Friday spoilers say that Katie is going to have a very tense, very emotional conversation with Eric Forrester at the Forrester mansion. Katie is going to literally beg Eric to end this family feud. She is going to plead with him to put a stop to the madness before it destroys everyone but Eric. Eric is not having it. He is absolutely refusing to forgive or forget. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. Katie is walking into the lion's den. Brooke just disowned her, her own sister. A few episodes ago, Brooke literally stood in the Forrester mansion and told Katie that she was no longer a part of the family. Brooke blamed Katie for Will's violent behavior. She said Katie sold her soul to the Spencers, so Katie has already lost her sister. The Logan sisterhood is completely shattered. And now Katie is desperately trying to salvage whatever is left of her relationship with Eric. And she brings up the past. Katie reminds Eric of their history. This is such a great callback by the writers, honestly. Katie reminds Eric that back in the day, he was the one who helped her launch the original Logan brand. Eric designed her first major collection. They used to be a team. They used to care about each other. Katie is trying to use that nostalgia to soften Eric's heart. She is basically saying, remember when we loved each other. Remember when we supported each other. Please don't let this war destroy my son. But Eric is furious, and you know what? He has a right to be. Sure, Eric helped Katie back then. But how did Katie repay him recently? When Eric decided to return to Forrester Creations, Katie took his designs against his will. She used his work for her own gain. Eric feels completely used and betrayed by Katie. And now her son just punched him in the face. So Eric is standing there, probably with a massive bruise on his face, looking at Katie with absolute ice in his eyes. He is horrified by what Will did. He is disgusted by the violence. Ridge is disgusted. Brooke is disgusted. The entire Forrester family has formed a united front against the Spencers. And Eric tells Katie straight up that there will be no forgiveness. The bridge is burned. The ashes are scattered. It is over. I just can't get over how stubborn Eric is being, though. Yes, Will messed up. But Eric knows Will. Eric has known Will since he was a little boy. Does Eric really believe that Will is this vicious monster that Ridge is making him out to be? Ridge is running around screaming that Will is a danger to society, completely ignoring the fact that Ridge himself literally punched Bill Spencer in the face just a little while ago. The hypocrisy is blinding. It is actually blinding, but Eric is buying into it. He is siding with Ridge and RJ, and he is shutting Katie out completely. And this leads to Katie's biggest fear. The spoilers tease that Will's mental and emotional decline could lead to even more severe consequences. What does that mean? It means jail. It means prison. Katie is terrified that Will is going to be arrested. Think about it. Will assaulted Eric. It doesn't matter that it was an accident. It doesn't matter that he was aiming for RJ. He hit an elderly man. And in a lot of states, the victim doesn't even have to press charges for the police to make an arrest. The state can just pick up the case. The police could literally show up at the beach house at any moment and slap handcuffs on Will. And if Will gets arrested, oh my God, the fallout would be apocalyptic. Logan Creations is a brand new company. Katie and Bill just launched this massive fashion house. They poached Hope. They stole all the media attention from Eric's haute couture show. They are riding high. But if the son of the CEO gets arrested for violently assaulting the patriarch of their rival company, the PR nightmare would be unimaginable. The press would have a field day. Spencer air attacks fashion legend. It would destroy Logan Creations before it even really gets off the ground. Katie knows this. That is why she is begging Eric. She is not just trying to save Will's soul. She is trying to save his freedom and her company. She needs Eric to publicly state that it was an accident, that he doesn't want to press charges, that the families are handling it privately. But Eric is refusing to give her that lifeline. He is letting her twist in the wind. And where is Bill in all of this? Honestly, Bill is probably sitting in his office laughing. Bill hates the Forresters. He probably thinks it's hilarious that will give Eric a black eye. Bill is so blinded by his own ego and his hatred for Ridge that he can't see the actual danger his son is in. Bill told Will not to feel guilty. Bill told Will that it was just business. But it's not just business anymore. It is personal, and it is legal. I am so worried about Will. The guy is spiraling. He is drinking himself into oblivion. He is pushing away the people who actually care about him, except for Dylan, who is basically refusing to leave. If the cops show up while he is drunk, he might do something stupid. He might resist arrest. He might lash out. The situation is a powder keg, and someone is holding a match right next to it. What is it going to take to fix this? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Because I don't. I really don't. Will is going to need a miracle to get out of this mess. He is going to need to do something incredibly heroic to redeem himself in the eyes of the Forresters and the public. Maybe this ties into Remy Price. We know Remy has been lurking around. Remy is always causing trouble. Maybe Remy does something crazy and Will has to step in and save the day. Or what about Sheila Carter? Sheila is currently descending into madness. She is obsessing over Finn and Hayes. She manipulated Finn into talking to Steffy, and we all know Steffy is going to explode when she hears that. What if Sheila completely loses her mind, attacks someone at Forrester Creations, and Will is the one who stops her? That would certainly change the narrative, wouldn't it? Disgraced Spencer heir saves Forrester family from psychopath. That would be the ultimate soap opera redemption arc. But for now, we just have to sit and watch the train wreck. We have to watch Will drink his pain away while Dylan plots her romantic takeover. We have to watch Katie cry and beg while Eric stares at her with cold, unforgiving eyes. It is heartbreaking. It is dramatic. It is everything we love about this show, even when it makes us want to pull our hair out. I really feel for Katie, though. She is losing everything. She lost her sister. She is losing her son to depression and alcohol. Her new company is on the brink of a massive scandal. And the man who used to be her mentor, her friend, is turning his back on her. Katie is entirely alone right now. Bill is there, sure, but Bill doesn't offer emotional support. Bill offers money and threats. That is not what Katie needs. She needs her family, and her family is gone. And Brooke. Don't even get me started on Brooke. The way she treated Katie was disgusting. Brooke acts like she has never made a mistake in her life. She acts like she has never betrayed a sister. Please, Brooke has betrayed Katie more times than I can count. But the second Katie does something for herself, the second Katie builds something successful, Brooke tears her down and disowns her. It is classic Brooke Logan behavior, but it still hurts to watch. So yeah, Friday's episode is going to be a heavy one. We are going to see a lot of tears, a lot of anger, and a lot of bad decisions. Will and Dylan in that dark beach house. Katie and Eric in that giant, empty mansion. To different conversations, but both of them are about broken relationships and the desperate need for connection. I can't wait to see how Dylan plays this. Is she going to be gentle? Is she going to be aggressive? Will is so vulnerable right now. He is just a wounded animal. If Dylan plays her cards right, she could easily become the most important person in his life. But if she pushes too hard, he might snap at her too. It is a very delicate dance she is doing. And Eric. Will Eric really hold on to this anger forever? Eric is usually the forgiving one. He is usually the voice of reason. The fact that he is being so stubborn just shows how deeply Katie and Will hurt him. The physical punch was bad, but the emotional betrayal of Katie taking his designs is what is really fueling his rage. He feels like the Logans have just taken from him, and he is finally drawing a line in the sand. It is going to be intense, you guys. Make sure you tune in. And let me know in the comments what you think. Are you Team Dylan or Team Electra? Do you think Eric is being too harsh on Katie? And what do you think is going to happen to Will? Is he going to jail? Let's discuss it all. I will be right here, refreshing my feed and waiting for the next spoiler drop because I am officially obsessed with this storyline. It is messy, it is chaotic, and it is absolute perfection. See you next time.